still shut down here in Shawnee at 177, and we do know that dozens of homes in this area were hit. Jessica?
And Kim, I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to any of the emergency crews that are on the scene. Earlier, we had some video of Sky 5. Right now, we're looking at your live pictures of what you're seeing of the emergency crews. But earlier, we could see, in the light of the day, one semi that was just torn to pieces, another one that was dangling, barely hanging on to the interstate, as well as another one that was blown over. Have you heard anything about injuries to the people who were driving those big rigs? And have they been able to clear out any of the scene?
Jessica, no word yet on injuries because we haven't actually been able to make our way up to the highway because there's so much backed up right now. But we do know that this highway is going to be closed for a significant time because there were so many accidents caused by that tornado. As you mentioned, semis blown over and torn apart. It's really, they're trying to get people out of this area as much as possible, but there are lots of cars. Obviously, I-40 is a major corridor through the country, and there are tons of cars that have to circulate through here, so it is just a traffic nightmare here off of I-40 in Shawnee.
How far has traffic been backed up? Do you have any idea of just how bad it is?
I know it's backed up for miles and miles. Obviously, we were coming from the tornado coverage over in Kearney, so we were coming from the north to get here to I-40. We've seen lots of cars on the road today. I don't know how bad it is on I-40 itself, but I do know that it's miles and miles.
And do you know, are they turning folks completely around, or how are they getting folks through this area? Because we see some traffic moving from your live stream right there.
They have a different route set up. They have some of the side streets that they're directing people off of. So they are redirecting traffic to try to avoid this area. But I do know when I was talking to the officers that they're having to go a significant way out of the way to get through here.
And this area is I-40 there at Highway 177. It's that first exit for Shawnee, and that tornado crossed this intersection, went right across the interstate and caused this damage. Kim, we still have you on the line as we're taking a look at the video from Sky 5 of those semis that were blown over on their side. One of them, we wonder if it was blown off of Interstate 40 onto the road below, but you can see just how bad it was, how strong those winds must have been. I believe Rusty McCraney said perhaps even 150-mile-per-hour winds that were radar indicated in that area. Certainly crews will have to come and assess the situation. Kim, do you have something else?
It's all these cars that you see in our live stream. This is actually off of the highway. The highway itself is a little bit above our pictures. You can see the flashy lights in the distance. That is the highway. That's the bridge of the highway. That is shut down. All of these cars that are going by us are cars that are being routed off of the highway. Even though it looks like traffic is going by, this is traffic that's being taken off of the highway and given an alternative route since I-40 is closed at this point.
And Kim, just really quickly, you've seen so much today. You're at this area there in Shawnee where the semis have been blown over, cars as well. But you also were in Kearney, the small town of Kearney that was hit hard. Can you just give us an update of what you saw there before you left that area?
Oh, Kearney has, I would say, at least 20 to 25 homes that appeared that have been destroyed. There's a lot of damage up there. We saw trucks tossed into homes completely. I did a live shot earlier of when somebody got out of their shelter, and she had to explain to me that there was a barn once standing on this concrete foundation because it was gone. I couldn't tell that there had been a structure there at some point because it was completely wiped away. There is just an incredible amount of damage in Kearney. The surrounding, a little bit to the south of Kearney and through Kearney itself. But as far as I know, I don't think that there's been any significant injuries in Kearney. I did talk to first responders up there. I do believe that everybody made it through okay at last check in Kearney. I'm a little worried that in Shawnee and Bethel Acres, it's going to be a different story.
Okay. Kim Passoff there in Shawnee at that intersection right there where the trucks were blown over on their side, probably 100-mile-an-hour winds, and you just see that and you see the traffic back up. And so many folks coming through the country on I-40 have no idea what they're about to encounter, and probably just know that a storm blew through. They have no idea of how bad the destruction really is.
Probably wondering what's going on. You don't want to be on an interstate or a highway when a tornado is barreling through, and you also don't want to be in in a mobile home park where there is no shelter. And Naveen Dhaliwal joins us now live from another area of Shawnee there at Highway 102 in Independence. And Naveen, there was a mobile home park that was obliterated, and we don't know at this point if there was some type of storm cellar or cellars in that area where people were able to ride out the storm. But Naveen, you've been trying to get into this area and been working the phones as well. Are you learning any new information?
Yes, Jessica, I do. I do have new information. I spoke with the Potawatomi County Sheriff. He has confirmed that there is one fatality. So again, one person has passed away or has died here, and we do have 2 injuries that are confirmed. He tells me that he's in the mobile home park right now. They're trying to secure the area. As you can probably imagine, some people still want to go and see what their home is like. They want to see what they can salvage, but they're asking you to stay out of that. Paul, earlier you had asked me how many homes are in there. We're looking at 35 to 40 homes are in the mobile home park. Now, the sheriff's office is looking at setting up a command post, to really as to where they can start off, and they haven't even done that. Again, this is all being done. This is all in the works. There also there's a shelter. That shelter is at the Bethel Acres Community Center. The Red Cross is there, so if you need a place to stay tonight and you're in Potawatomi County, you can go to the Bethel Acres Community Center. They're trying to find transportation for people here who, have left their cars. Their cars are probably in that mobile home park. So they're trying to find a way to transport some of these individuals to safety, to an area where they can spend a night in some comfort. So that's what we have over here. Again, they're asking you to stay away from any of this affected area, because not only are you looking at down power lines, there's nails, there's down branches, and Paul, you were talking about it's night. I mean, just within the past 20, 30 minutes since I last spoke with you.
And that's Naveen. Yeah, I mean, it is night there, and the good news is that security is around that area now and making sure people aren't just wandering in and out of that place. So lots more to come from there.
The news that no one wants to hear, that there has been one fatality confirmed. Let's go live now to KOCO's Ariel Reshef, who's standing by near Little Axe. And Ariel, lots of damage in that area as well, and you have a chance to talk to someone there in that area.
That's right, Jess. I'm standing here with Vita Smith. She lives just up the hill where police are not actually allowing anyone to go up. In fact, she just came down from the top of the hill to try to get some water because they don't have any electricity, and she's not allowed to go back to her house now. But I want to ask Vita, tell me what's going on up there where we can't even get to.
Basically, there is up on Indian Hills, there's mainly tree damage till you get on past about the 1-800-400's where I live, and on past there probably another half a mile. Then there's a new housing addition there that we did drive down there, and they have major damage there. In our area, it's mainly tree limbs. We did see one large tree uprooted.
Describe the moment when that tornado came through here. What was it like?
Well, I was cooking supper, and my grandchildren were waiting for supper. My mother was in there with the TV on and the phone, and I went to the back door, and I could hear it. So I hollered at my mom, get off the phone, and see what's on the TV, and then the electricity went out, and then it was hitting, and of course then it was like, because there was tree limbs flying, we just kind of hunkered down and hope for the best.
Probably very thankful tonight. I know your home didn't sustain too much damage, right?
No, we didn't get any home damage, thank goodness, just tree limbs down and a lot of
debris.
Clean up and to do.
Right. Well, Vita, thank you for sharing some of your time with us tonight. I know it's a very scary and crisis-ridden night for you, so we wish you all the best, and we hope everybody is safe back in that area.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, guys, back to you.
Okay, hunker down and hope for the best. That's what Vita said right there. Can you imagine? You're just waiting for this thing to come through, and really you are hoping for the best, because if you don't take shelter and you wait too long, anything can happen in all of that.
And that's really all you can do is hope for the best. We're joined now by our Governor Mary Fallin. Thanks for calling in to us to talk about this situation. What a devastating day for Oklahoma, Governor, especially when you hear at least one person has been killed.
Yes, it's been a terrible day for Oklahoma, and certainly there have been so many storms that affected so many different areas of the state, and our hearts and prayers go out to those who have been affected by today's severe weather. I have issued a state of emergency declaration